Wow, great guitar. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Lightfoot Effects. Christmas came early today. I just got a new guitar in and we're going to review it. I've heard a lot of hype about this guitar and a lot of talk online, and it's one that I've been wanting to review for a while. And that guitar is none other than the Sire Larry Carlton H7. Now for those of you that don't know, this is Sire's take on a Gibson ES335. It's way cheaper, however. These guitars are retailing for, I bought this one for $719. I paid full price. You get a lot of guitar for that value. You're getting an ebony fretboard, a mahogany neck, and a maple body. For all that, you are also getting a bone nut, which is really rare in these, more budget guitars. Now, a lot of times they don't use bone, they use like plastic or other materials, so I was really surprised to read that this has a bone nut, plus the ebony fretboard. That's a huge upgrade for me. And the fact that you can get all this for $719, I think that's around the price that an Epiphone goes for. That's a great deal if you're wanting to try something other than an Epiphone. I actually just opened it today, just took it out of the box. The fit and finish is pretty dang good. I can definitely see where they cut some corners. There's a few cosmetic issues. If I start looking at the binding really closely, I can see kind of some mess ups or maybe some paint scrapes or maybe even dust, and they kind of just painted over it. If you look really closely, you can even see minor glue stains on some of the frets in the corners. It looks pretty easy to scratch off with my fingernail. Other than that, the quality on this feels impeccable. It's got a really good C-shaped neck. It's got a pretty good weight to it. Feels pretty similar to some other real 335s I've played. I haven't done a setup on it yet. To be fair, I got this from Sweetwater, so I think they do a little more on these. It's pretty much set up right out of the box. I'm actually really surprised. There's a few things I want to do. I might change the neck relief a little bit, but right out of the box, it's a great player. One thing I do notice is the frets are very well smoothed and rounded. I'm not getting any pointed frets, no cutting, no uncomfortable feeling, and it stays in tune very well. I don't know who Larry Carlton is, but I know he's a famous guitarist, and he helped make this. This is his signature model with Sire. And these pickups are really good for stock pickups. They're not muddy at all. They're very clear. Here's the neck pickup. I'm just playing this. I'm just amazed at the fact that this guitar brand new costed under $1,000. Sire's not paying me to say this. This is me just going out of my way. I was curious myself, so I just wanted to buy one because I've been wanting a 335 for a while, but I don't really want to pay the Gibson tax. And I didn't want an Epiphone because I'm one of those guys that I get bothered by the Epiphone logo, but I would prefer some other brand that isn't as known, like Sire. I think they make a cool headstock. And so I figured, let's give it a try. So far, it's great. Here is my clean tone with the bridge pickup going into the pedal board. We're running the Ruby and the Dream in stereo. On the Ruby, we're using the greenback speaker. On the Dream, we're using the EV12 speaker. Here is my clean tone with the compressor on. That's the bridge. Here's the neck. This is the middle position. For stock pickups, these sound great. I'm just still in shock at how much guitar you're getting. I was skeptical at first. I'm usually a skeptical guy when it comes to these things, but man, I don't know if it's just Sire or maybe guitars in general. It seems like just the lower end models, the stuff that's more affordable, stuff that's under $1,000, it seems like the quality is just getting better and better every time I play something. It's crazy. So here we'll just play a little song. Diddly here. Man, I'm just getting great tone out of these pickups. These are Alnico 2 pickups I read. Usually Alnico 2 are a little more brighter, not as dark if I'm correct. I'm just going off of memory. I could totally be wrong. Mess around more. The beauty of a hollow body 335. These just rock. Even this thing, I'm just still getting over the fact that this guitar was only 720 bucks. It feels impeccable. If I were to be handed this at like just a random guitar shop and I didn't look at the top, like someone just handed me this, I would assume, if I never heard of Sire before, and someone was like, oh, it's called a Sire, I would assume this is some boutique brand, and just playing it, I would assume this was like a $2,000 guitar. It feels, I'd put it up there with all my others. I have my Gretsch Broadcaster. That's a high-end guitar. My Nash Telly, my Veritas. This feels like a high-quality guitar. It's crazy. I'm definitely gonna keep it. I might put new humbuckers in it because that's what I like to do. These are really good. I don't think these really need to be changed at all, but I'm so particular. I might put some Lambertones in this just to give it an even more vintagey PAF sound, but I'm impressed. Well done, Sire. This is a great guitar. There's a few minor visual defects, mainly in the binding. You can probably see in here. It looks like maybe there was some powder or dust that got on the binding and they kind of just painted over it. So there's certain spots like that, but there's no checking or chipping. Right where the neck meets the body, there's a tiny little scratch on the paint. It doesn't bother me. And they got to keep them cheap somehow. I mean, you know, it's good enough for them to ship out, but the playability is there. It plays great. And the components feel high-end. These don't feel like cheap Chinese pots. I mean, I'm sure they are, but they don't have that like scratchy feel. They're smooth. Well, we should probably test those. They got a big sweep. Here's the volume. And then the neck. And then we'll do the tone knob. You can do some jazz. And to be honest, I love this color. I'm a sucker for white and gold with the black. I don't see that too often in a 335 style. And I love the way it just responds to dynamic hitting with these hollow bodies with the pickups. It's like the harder you play, the more it rewards you with some, you almost get like the guitar plays you back. You could play light. Then with some drive. a 12-inch radius neck with 22 medium jumbo frets. I love me any type of jumbo-y fret. Gets good bends on it. And I can't get over the fact that this also has a bone nut, which just makes it that much better for me. Bone nuts are one of the best. A lot of guitars, if they don't have them, I like to take it to a luthier, have them put a bone nut in. I see why these are sleeper guitars. I saw this 7 months ago on Sweetwater. I hit that notify button. It took 7 months to get notified that they got this. It was the only one they got. I ordered it. I see why they're hard to get. They play really nice for the price. If you're looking for a budget guitar and you want to do worship or rock, or anything that's 335-ish, and you maybe don't want to get an Epiphone, this is a great contender. It's a great guitar, and it's got a good weight to it. It feels solid, and it feels expensive. We'll kick on a boost. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Sire Larry Carlton H7. I'm definitely going to be keeping this guitar. Probably get some strap locks on there. It doesn't come with any. I got some on order. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I wanted to keep it quick, just a quick guitar review. I think this is a great guitar for anyone who's looking for something to start with that's going to be high quality. Not even something to start with. If you're an intermediate player, intermediate to pro, I think this guitar will suit your needs if you're looking for a 335 and you don't want to pay the full price for one. Great guitar, has an awesome looking headstock in my opinion. I love the little signature. Yeah, that's it. All right guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye. You can do some jazz.